So within this low and dense, polarized and dualistic reality, the light of truth and love, grace and mercy never ever goes out and is never absent. Endless grace and mercy is always available to us all, my honeys. None of us, not one, can ever be defined solely and only by our shame. No matter how shameful our deeds and actions may have been, we are all so much more than the worst thing we've ever done. So much more than the worst thing we could ever do. So much more than the worst thing we've ever experienced. So much more than our worst feelings and our worst thoughts. We are all so much more than that. We all carry the capacity for absolutely everything within ourselves, because consciousness is one, my honeys. So to a lesser or a greater extent, our inherent capacity for things is either amplified or not, and leads to shameful things in line with that capacity or not. But to recognize that we all hold that capacity is why the energy of forgiveness is possible. On a spectrum of polarity, on this end, the false light end, that truth splits itself into false light and dark. On the false light end of the spectrum, that's where we rationalize and justify things because it's not so bad. We're just exercising a modicum of this energy. On the other end of the spectrum, particularly, is where we judge because it's the full extent of that energy. But nonetheless, it is the same energy. And to recognize where we are in that spectrum, to bring it to the neutral middle, is to understand what the truth and the light and the love actually is and has always been. So let's not justify on this hand and judge and condemn on this, but let's come together to what the truth really is.